You're watching Hindustan Times in Focus, and I am Aditi Prasad. In a major twist to the Hathras gang rape case, the UP Additional DGP Law and Order Prashant Kumar has now said that the forensic report shows that the victim was not raped at all. The FSL report, which everybody was sort of waiting for, and he says the results are out and the victim was not raped. This leads us to very, very important question. You know, a lot of opposition has already raised the point about a cover-up in the case by the UP administration and the UP police. And of course, on this other side, it is a fact, that it is an official report which is coming from the police. The in focus right now is whether this is actual fact that the girl was not raped, and or whether it's just an attempt to cover up because of the media hue and cry across the country and the outrage across the country and how the opposition has picked up the topic. I'm joined by Vikram Singh, as you can see, former UP DJP, and Sunita. Aron, our go-to person for anything in Uttar Pradesh. Sunita, let me come to you first, or rather, let me start with Vikram Singh ji. Vikram Singh ji, do you find this new twist to the entire saga believable at all?
Aditi ji, I have my own very serious reservations. After the Nirbhaya case, the definition of rape was changed, and changed so drastically that it is gender neutral, and it is not necessary to have spermatozoa in the private parts to confirm and say conclusively that it is rape. A sense of decorum prevents me from speaking out more elaborately. But let me tell you, there is digital rape. There is no need for the presence of spermatozoa in the private parts to prove rape. The prosecutrix and the deceased statement that rape has happened and that the person forced himself upon her. Number two, digital rape and the penetration in itself constitutes the total act and the total crime of rape. To say that spermatozoa was not found, and that too after 8 days after the incident, if the medical is taken, do you think for a moment that that vital evidence would be there? There are so many things that have happened in the last 8 days. It would be unfair even to expect the conclusive evidence of the rape and the horrific crime that happened after 8 days. It should have happened immediately thereafter.
Had he just spoken about, had the UP ADG just spoken about the FSL report and that the forensic evidence, I would have still understood it. But what adds a pinch of salt to this entire thing is that in the same breath, he actually, and I heard his video bite just a short while ago. In the same breath, he says that this is an attempt to stir up caste-based tensions in the state. It really points towards the cover-up. And I will come back to the forensic evidence and some details from a police perspective with you, sir. But Sunita, I really want to come to you on this.
I don't know why, even after a death, the government is trying to deny that she was raped or gang raped or whatever it is. Now, the point is, thrice the circle officer, 3 different circle officers on different dates took her statement, and that's why you'll see that the various sections were added. Like initially it was just attempt to murder, then it was outrage of modesty and under SC/ST Act, and the third time when the new CO went, that was around I think 22nd, he spoke to her, and after that gang rape was also mentioned. First one guy was arrested, then 4 people were arrested. I personally feel if she has given a statement that she was raped, then I think, and now she's no more, the dignity demands that we do not continue with this type of statements.
UP ADG is saying that there was no rape at all, and the FSL report completely rules out rape. What is the SIT going to do? Is the SIT going to investigate the rape, or is the SIT going to investigate the misconduct of the police?
Whatever the parameters assigned, what are the terms of reference given to the SIT, they will obviously the thing that has happened would include the atrocity, the rape, the death, and the shoddy response of the district administration, especially the police department. They have to be incorporated in the SIT. My reservation about SIT is one thing. there's something known as prima facie evidence. If there is an evidence prima facie that the police did not act rightly, I would have expected a more professional and a swift response against the deterrent, again, a deterrent punishment against those who did not show proper response and exhibited dereliction of duty. They should have been dismissed from service by the provisions of section article 311 of the Constitution of India, sent to jail. The next thing possibly could have done was to create a cell including women police officers to investigate this atrocity on the deceased. That did not happen. You don't require an SIT. It is not rocket science to investigate a thing professionally and say, we will investigate fast forward 24/7 with women police officers as mandated by the Justice Verma Commission, and we will see to it in 21 days, put them into fast court. In the next 30 days, you will see a conviction. You don't require an SIT for that. Thirdly, to give
What
protection to the,
what I
you
hear
don't.
you saying, sir, is that the SIT is then a mere delaying tactic by the UP administration.
I think it is inopportune and ill-advised a move. The matter remains that when you create an SIT, you created an SIT in so many earlier in matters. Has anything emerged after the creation of those SITs? To the contrary, there are loud questions, and I would not like to believe what I'm told, that the attempts are being made to dilute the charges against the criminals. Because if your mandate is very clear that you want to get after the criminals, those who are guilty of misconduct, professional incompetence, then you don't require an SIT. I don't need to have an SIT in 24 hours. I can say the chowki in charge is negligent because of poor surveillance, the station house officer because of not taking action proactively in matters of dispute, the station house officer not registering the case, COs for not being attentive and going into thorough and meticulous details. Suspend all the three first. This is what can happen in 24 hours. Nothing like that has happened. Invoke the provisions of NSA and the Gangsters Act. Again, that has not happened. We don't require an SIT for that, Aditi.
I hear you, sir. Sunita wanted to come in.
I want to add to it. You know, the day SIT started probe, the report has come. They have denied gang rape. The DM made a statement.
Exactly.
The local SP has made a statement. What is SIT going to do now? You know,
Exactly. What is the SIT going to prove? Because now they're saying no rape.
Exactly. When the SIT had started a probe, they should have waited. Whatever evidence they had in favor or against the claim of the lady who died, they should have put it before them and then let them probe. Now, right now, the family has been, there is a clip which is going around with a senior officer threatening father that that media will go away, then we are here who are going to protect you or not
Yes.
protect you. Already there is a particular caste dominates that area, and these Valmikis remain a little, they live in fear. So now just imagine who will go out and give a statement in
So
favor of the
they are already being muzzled, the family.
Yeah.
And the opposition, we all saw today how, while the opposition is also making the
Aditi,
most
where
and
is the
trying to
case
make
now?
brownie points out
What
of
is-
this.
Listen, what is the case now? The gang rape is denied.
Absolutely.
There is no case now. There is just a
So-
case of heartbeat and an
basically-
injury on her neck. That's it.
Yes.
And
Yeah, so they would take her dupatta and strangle her and put it around her neck to do what? I don't understand this denial of rape and
it's an attempt to murder, and now murder. Mr. Vikram Singh knows it better. Initially, it was attempt to murder. After she died, now it has become a murder case. Otherwise, it was attempt to murder only, na?
that's the case that they had registered initially. And then 8 days later, they added rape to that case. And now they're saying there was no rape.
Yeah. So I think SIT has nothing to do. They'll repeat the same charge. Whatever the report has come, whatever the cops have said locally, DM has said, SP has said, what will SIT do? They are not going to say they are wrong now. No, you can't have two voices within the same government. DM, the local person, the CO, who have investigated the case, who are aware of the facts, who are supposed to give their statements to SIT about the case, they've already made a public statement. So what is there for them to say now?